Very good morning, Patreon subscribers. We'll start with the Euro USD because we've got an hypothetical idea. It's a trade of the day idea that we've got. It's a long based on the bubbles, and also an FXCM trading station made a buy on it as well. But we'd have to be a little bit careful because you've got your monthly pivot. We did breach it, did a big old stop hunt, came back down quite heavily. So do be careful because we ideally would want above monthly pivot. Ideally, don't forget your ATR long, and then you got your SLCs. So I was saying what happened on, I think it was Monday or Tuesday. I was saying that we were going to probe the ATR long and just go up a little bit to take stops and then come down, and we certainly did. So that was a absolute 100% accurate forecast in that we hit the technical resistance, liquidity probe, and then we fell quite heavily actually. Be careful. Ideally you want it above monthly pivot and then to target ATR long, and maybe then again we'll have another liquidity probe, which would be horrendous. So be careful. Weekly opens there, and your SLC is at 106.50, 108.05. So just an eye on this. Don't open any trade. It should be a long, but we know how things are reversing really heavily and suddenly as well. So be careful. Let's look at gold over here. So don't forget these buy-in volumes as well. The buyers are now, the profitable traders are long. We might be getting interchange, but they are currently long. And so we can create some zones, back-to-back zones here for buying pressure. So we should really be above, 1843, really. 1866 is crazy. That's actually crazy, that 1 hour. But it's a bit weird that we fell, but it might just wanted to take some stops out. Normally these better volumes are quite good, so we can perhaps draw a box. What I'll do is change this colour because these are indicating sells, so we need to change this colour. I'll do this after the video. So there's definitely one there. So this should have been a support. Okay, so we can change that colour, but I'll do that afterwards. But you get the idea. So we should be at least within that box, and we should really be above because of that. We are sell though. We have to remember we are sentimentally a sell. Big picture is a sell. Take these guys off. We can see the ratios a bit clearer. So they sold it. So they continue. What will come? SLC there is close at 1845. So it might just want to bide its time a little bit. If it gets that, then it might just come down. If it wants to come up, this might need to get a bit higher. So it might just go sideways for a bit. But do note that profitable traders are long. These guys are pretty accurate. And we've got some buy-in volumes here. So we should be within that box. So be careful there. So technically, we've got weekly pivot 1835, weekly pivot, yearly pivot, and a weekly ATR as well. So add that maybe. Yeah, default. Okay, so we had exceeded. So 1835 was your yearly pivot, and they've got the ATR target short, so your weekly level. So your weekly open, you target the ATR, or you target the ATR. Okay, so this bit over here would extend it a little bit, and we hit the yearly pivot. So, and we've got buying pressure here. Profitable traders are long. The dumb money are selling it. So keep an eye on 1835 and 1836. Okay, so be careful, and then we can go back and have a look at things. Let's look at GU. Oh, not GA. Didn't want to do GA. God, GU. If it loads it. Okay, so stop loss clustered there. 120.75. One below is at 119.80. Weekly open, target SLC. So yeah, it's 11 pips. Or below the weekly open, you target the SLC, but it looks like it wants to get that, doesn't it? Monthly pivot's there, remember, like the EU, we are below the monthly pivot. So we have to remember that. And so that's that. Okay, so they are selling it a little bit, so we can probably come up and get the stop loss cluster above. And so that's GU. AU, we had a big 180 on this yesterday on the sentiment. It was sell, and now it's buy. in the space of one day. So you know, that's that move there. Is we can see it on our Discord when the signals come through. Yeah, so basically sell USD, buy Aussie, and then yesterday, where are we? There. So sell yesterday, Aussie USD was a sell, and it fell a lot. Today it's buy. How it's going to perform today, we'll have to wait and see. But basically, it's just saying that things are reversing very hard, and I think probably a lot to do with the sentiment as well. So you know, flush out, take some stops. We did really fall quite heavily, and up we come. 63.39. It's just horrendous, really. 68.49. You can't really swing trade. Like I said in Discord, look for like 30, 40 pips. That's a good haul. And then you can come back to the casino, and then you know, you can add and, you know, come back. If you get 30 pips on a trade, that's quite a good result. That's a nice result. So AU's there. Done EU. Let's look at dollar yen. We'll look at dollar Swiss and dollar CAD. Okay, what's that level there? It's your monthly resistance 134.17. One above 134.35 and 133.54. So fairly strong level monthly resistance. So keep an eye on that. We might come up, get the liquidity, and down. We have exceeded the ATR long a lot. Okay, so bear that in mind. And dollar Swiss. It's just old liquidity probe, isn't it? So I'm getting messages. I'm just reading my messages. Sorry about that. Dollar Swiss 93, and one below is at 90.50. Huge distance between the stop loss clusters. We've got monthly pivot. So below the monthly pivot, you can target ATR short. Probably above monthly pivot. Wait for the weekly open to target ATR SLC. And we won't bother looking at dollar CAD because this is chopping a lot. So we'll wrap up now. I'm going to return and I'll read those messages that I just got, and let's do the bubbles. So if you've got any questions, don't hesitate to ask, because it's important that you understand how they work, and I can certainly help as well. So dollar yen is of note because we've got the monthly pivot, the monthly resistance up here, and we've really exceeded the ATR target as well, because that's where we open on the week. That's your target. But we've actually done that. So a little bit overdone, and we've got the monthly R1 as well. So maybe up here, 134.35, possible. It'd be really cruel, and if things are cruel, it's likely, and then we can come down potentially. So trade safely, and I'll speak to you guys soon.